Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're looking at what's probably the biggest disappointment of a movie I've seen all year, Barbarian. I watched this movie just a couple hours ago, and it definitely was not what I thought it was going to be. And definitely it subverted my expectations in a way that I just didn't like. But let's set the stage. So, Barbarian is a horror film about a woman named Tess who tries to move into a Airbnb place she's renting out when she finds out that there's already a person living there by the name of Keith. And eventually they find out that there's some weird shit in the basement. And by weird shit, I mean really, really, really fucking weird shit. And, yeah. And then and there's like some weird inbred monster down there. I don't fucking know, man. This movie's bad, man. I don't want to be mean to the actors. They did a great job. The acting in this is really good. It's just the story falls I'm gonna be honest here. The first 30 minutes of the movie are really good, but after that, the movie just falls apart. Plot wise, after those first 30 minutes, it just falls apart, and it's not enjoyable. The big monster in this movie is a fucking inbred monster woman thing, and that's not fun. That's not a fun idea for a monster, especially from what I was assuming from the trailers that this movie had. Damn, this movie's trailers fucking made me thought this was something better than what it was, but evidently no. It's like the Morbius trailer in a way. Makes it look like it's something good when it goddamn clearly isn't. But like I said, the acting is good. The practical effects are very solid. So the gore effects and the monster effects, they're really good. And like I said, the first 30 minutes are pretty solid, but again, it just falls apart plot-wise after those 30 minutes, and it never finds itself again. The ending is super abrupt, and I don't mind horror movies ending abruptly. In fact, it kind of does add to the terror a little bit if it just ends abruptly. But with this movie, it just doesn't work. And the characters in this movie are dumb as bricks as well. Like, it's fucking hard to root for them when they're making the stupidest decisions. And I do not know what critics are seeing in this movie. It is not good. And very rarely will I ever say this about a horror movie, but this film was way too weird. And I never say this about horror films. Like, I usually love weird shit in horror movies. Like, one of my all-time favorite horror films is Robert Eggers' The Lighthouse from 2019. That movie's weird as fuck, and I love it. It's about Rob Pattinson and Willem Dafoe playing lighthouse wikis going insane in a lighthouse, and there's a whole bunch of weird shit that happens. It's amazing. Go watch that if you've never seen it. It's a very good movie. Much better than this piece of dog water that drowned a baby. Now, there's a couple more negatives I have to say about Barbarian. One, like I said, the characters, dumb as bricks. And also, not many of the characters are likable. Like, Tess, she's alright. Like, you're not given much to know about her before the plot kicks in. So, there's not really much to grab on or make you like her, but she's definitely the best one out of everyone here. Keith is alright. Again, he dies a little too quickly for me, and that's kind of insulting to Bill Skarsgård. because he's a phenomenal actor. So it's a little insulting to see him go so quickly. Justin Long's character in this movie is a fucking piece of shit. He's by far the most unlikable character I've ever seen in a horror movie at least for a modern horror film. He's by far one of the most unlikable pieces of shit I've ever seen. He's introduced to us, and his agents are saying that he's getting suspected of raping a woman on the set of some show he was working on, and then at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, he tries to sacrifice Tess to the monster so he can get his sorry ass out. And yeah, Justin Long's character is so goddamn unlikable. I have nothing wrong with the actor. I think he's pretty funny in some of the shit I've seen. Like, he was in another weird as shit horror film called Tusk that was directed by Kevin Smith. That movie's weird as fuck, but I love it, and he's very funny in that movie. But here, he's just an asshole, and there's nothing much to redeem him. So, realistically, the only good things in this movie are the acting, the practical effects, and those first 30 minutes. But besides those three things, this movie sucks. Like, it drops the ball hard. So, overall, I'm going to give Barbarian a fucking 20%. It disappointed me on so many levels. It wasn't whatever the fuck was in the trailers, because that shit looked good. That's not what we got here. And hopefully, like, the other horror movies I'm going to be seeing, of course, like Beast, The Invitation, or Smile, are better than this piece of dog food mixed with ketchup and battery acid. Anyway, I'll see y'all in the next review. I need to wash my mouth I need to wash my mouth. I need to wash this garbage out of my mouth, so I'm gonna watch something that I think is hopefully good. I'm like I said, Beast, because that's at least a fun premise of Idris Elba fighting a bloodthirsty lion. Hopefully that won't disappoint me. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.